Hey folks, it's Ardwulf. Welcome. We're going to do an unboxing today of a solitaire game from White Dog Games, the Confederate Rebellion. I noticed that I had said in another video that this was a design by Ben Madison. That's not the case. It's by David Kershaw. But this is the Confederate Rebellion solitaire simulation of the American Civil War. You play your solitaire experience as the Union here. So I found that interesting because there's a couple of solitaire games on the topic in which you play as the Confederates. Which I think there's design reasons to do because the Confederates are probably going to lose and you want the game to be difficult. So let's see. So we've got the typical White Dog Games Blue Panther box here. We've got the typical super thick machine cut somehow counters. I don't know if these are, they don't seem to be laser cut because laser cut counters actually have a soot layer on the sides where they were cut, and these don't. But they feel like the exact same type of thing. You can see we have some rebel units here, and on the other counter sheet, so there's about a counter sheet and about 2/3 of a counter sheet here. And we've got our Union guys here. Leaders include Rosecrans, Grant, Sherman, Burnside, Hooker, Meade, and McClellan. There's a number on them that is one for everybody else and 2 for Grant and Sherman, which seems interesting. Okay, so we have a rule book as well. It's a very thin, very slender rule book of what feels like 8 pages. It is, in fact, 8 pages. The page numbers on these White Dog games, a lot of these White Dog games things actually are kind of hidden down here, but it is 8 pages of color, but not lavishly illustrated rules. That's totally okay. We have a scenarios setup sheet, so we have multiple scenarios. That's neat. We have looks like 3 scenarios. There's an 1862, an 1863, and an 1864 scenario. So that's very interesting that we have multiple scenarios, and I think helps add potential replay value. And then we have a map, which is another typical White Dog Games map in that it is 11 by 17. In this case, at least, the edges are cut off, which is kind of irritating. There's a random region chart here. And it looks like we have, this looks like a pretty standard point-to-point map. And then the paths that are dashed or dotted look like they're crossing rivers. So that would make sense. And presumably you have some kind of time constraint in which to knock the Confederacy out, which I think is a pretty reasonable victory structure. I am making that as an assumption. I do not know that it is in fact correct. So, the Confederate Rebellion, Solitaire American Civil War from David Kershaw and White Dog Games. Looks pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to busting this out at some point in the not too distant future. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, happy wargaming.